Hello everyone, welcome to another packing video. I'm going to get right into it with this Donatello figure. This guy, it's new on card, but the card has become detached. Pretty sure we mentioned that. I'm sure we did. Just going with a 10.8/6er here. Okay, I think I can just do this and some paper. That'll be good. And wouldn't you know, I was supposed to make my Zorro order the other day, and I totally forgot. And I am running a little low on these 10.8/6s, so I'm gonna have to go click my own link. I think I need 10.8/6s, and I'm going to order 10.8/6, 12, 12-10-4, and I think I'm going to order some paper. I think I'm going to order 2 more rolls of this stuff, and then also I'm going to see what they have as far as a little heavier than this. Because usually this is good, but sometimes the heavier stuff is what I need. Packing some stamps. Bought these. Popping this. Oh yeah, these were not ready. Should have made them ready. I always knew they were going to sell. Bought these for $5. Sold them for $22. I don't know. Worth it? Yeah, I guess. I don't know. I don't know. Not huge profit for sure. Probably gonna stick to is it Stampin' Up, Candace, that we bought before?
Yeah, I think so.
They make these punches too, right? So probably wasn't quite as picky as we should have been here. We did make a profit, and they sold pretty quickly, so I'm not complaining. Give ourselves a little bit of grace when it comes to garage sales, because a lot of times you're just trying to buy and move on to the next one. So I mean, sometimes don't optimally buy everything. And we did make a profit, so no biggie. Spencer is going to run out here in a minute. Matter of fact, I might get another roll of tape on standby if it doesn't run out now. So we're packing a Barbie watch now. just went and looked on Zorro's website, and we found this is 30-pound paper. Found something I want to try. It's 50-pound paper. They're calling it bogus paper. I think because of some kind of recycled stuff of some sort. I'll put a picture of it up here. I'll try and remember to put a link to it down below too. Haven't actually tried it yet, but I'm gonna order it. I'll let y'all know what we think. It's right at the same cost as this stuff, like about 22 something, 23 before using a coupon, which we always use coupons. Okay, packing a model here. I actually have 2 Corvette models going out today. I don't really think it's good like that. Trying to look to see if I thought I wanted to do anything else. I don't think I do. And for this pack, we're going to use 16-12-10. This is a box size. I can't believe I went so long doing without. That's how much I like it. Don't always need one of these, but when I do, it's nice. Whoa. Yep. Knew we were gonna run out soon. It is a good fit. We'll leave a little room for paper. Mostly on the bottom. I mean, just a little bit, not much. Put it like right there. I'm hoping the other Corvette model we have going out today will fit in one of these as well. The models have done very well. I'll do this too. The models have done very well. We've already sold well in excess of what we paid for them all. And we still have our best piece, the vintage Brother, what's it called? Brother Fink or something like that. I'll put an image up of what it is. So we get into the profit with all the other models. And after those are all done, we still have that heavy hitter waiting to sell. Perfect. These, I don't think these will quite meet, so I'm going to go with these flaps on top. Look at this box. It looks like it was made for this now. Pretty good little pack. All right, that's a cool little hat we're about to pack. I think it has a great look. Very neat. That hat, most baseball caps that aren't flat brim fit fine in 864. Saw a comment not too long ago, somebody says 888 is good. And yeah, some hats 888 would be good for sure. All baseball hats would fit in 888. A lot of them though would be like this. 888 would be way overkill, especially in the vertical dimension, which you could just resize it. Yeah, look, see, that's a good fit. Usually, what I do right now, if I have a hat that won't fit this, is I just use my 1086 with a resize. All right, we sold this cool White Sox mug with the stadium up top. Old, what do you call it? That's good. That's Comiskey Park. Yeah, that's a good size. Gonna do a little bit of interior packing, of course. I have a this is a 1086, and I have a, I think we got these at a garage sale or something, like super cheap, but we very rarely have occasion to use a box like this. 448. Going to bubble wrap that thing. Make sure this lid stays down, of course. Oh, you know what? I'm going to stuff the cavity here. Close that up, and we'll bubble wrap in this direction first. I could use stretch wrap. I just doesn't feel right here. And I'll go the other way with 2 more pieces of wrap. Okay. Is this even gonna fit? It might not, because that handle is kind of, actually I might work as a wrap just like this. Yeah, that'll work good. Let's see. Yeah, that works fine. Then I can kind of do this. And I'll do the same thing over here and just kind of smush those corners down. Get another piece that's gonna, so that'll pop up maybe, potentially. Okay, yeah, I like that. That's good. Then we just float this in here. I think that's a good pack. I do like the old pseudo box in box move like that. I've been doing it quite a bit. As a matter of fact, spoiler, we're gonna pack a typewriter here in a minute. like we're packing a lot of typewriters, huh? And I'm going to employ that same pseudo box in box kind of strat. All right, that works. We're going to pack this G.I. Joe claw glider. We kind of held a 864 box up, and it was just a little too tight for something like this. That's why I like having these box sizes like we have, is that pretty much have an answer for most things. Like starting, put a little wrap on there, starting from like 644. If it doesn't fit that, it's like here's the flow chart in my head. If it doesn't fit 644, will it fit 864? No. Well, if it doesn't fit 864, will it fit 1086? No. If it doesn't fit 1086, will it fit 1210-4? No. Well, if it doesn't fit 1210-4, will it fit 1212-12? And usually the answer is yes. At some point in that little internal conversation, usually I'll find a box that'll fit. And if it doesn't fit at that point, and I mean with resizing, of course, then we move on to the 16, 12, 10, and then past that 16, 16, 16. And at that point, usually if I'm listing, or if Candace is listing something that won't fit a 12, 12, 12, we already have a really good idea of what we're going to use. Okay, this is a comic book lot. I actually mostly packed it. Take a look. I'm gonna put a little paper in here. And yeah, I did a weird pack on this. I did 2 halves of a 12-10-4 box, because these are just a little too tall for one. And look at this. Boy, this is a nice little package here. And I figured it would sell pretty fast, so I went ahead and customized these boxes real quick to fit it. Because I was like, you know, if I stack a couple of 12-10-4s, it'll be better than if we resized a 12-12-12, because it'll be narrower. And comic lots are kind of, they're dense. So the smaller you can make them, the more affordable the shipping will be for your customer. Because this will ship Ground Advantage cubic of some sort at this size. Ground Advantage cubic has been fantastic for lots like this. Because you used to be kind of confined to, oh well, I'm doing a lot about this size, I guess I got to use USPS priority medium flat rate. And now this is like, this is way more affordable. G.I. Joe sale. Watchtower with blueprints and everything. Candace does a really good job of pre-packing this stuff for me. Of course, a big part of that too is wanting to protect the item while it's on the shelf. We don't do that with everything, but stuff like that we will. Not only does the bubble wrapper, you know, packing it like that on the shelf protect it somewhat, but whenever I see something that's wrapped like that on the shelf, when I'm going to like go mess with the shelf and put other stuff or move things around, if I see something wrapped in bubble wrap, I'm extra careful around it, because I'm assuming it must be valuable and fragile. this is a case where I would not want to use thick paper. I want to immobilize, kind of float it in the middle, but thicker paper like might press down too much on your item. Might not have quite enough give to it. Alright, sold this Avon mug. We're going to pack this similar to the way we packed that other mug. Pretty much the exact same, actually. If it'll fit in that, it might. See if it'll fit in here. Ooh, I don't know, it might be tight. I can get it in there. That's all we need to do, squeeze it in there. All right. This one's not quite as tall as that last one. Okay, there's our little cocoon. Ground Advantage has also been better for stuff like this, because it used to be that the price difference between first class package ending at 16 ounces see, because the thing was, if you could ship something first class package under 16 ounces, it was typically way cheaper than if it went like 1 pound 1 ounce, because at that point you're pretty much having to use some kind of priority service meaning, I don't know about you guys, but I was constantly like doing everything I could to ship anything I could under that 1 pound rate, because I knew how much more expensive the shipping would be once you go over that. Which this kind of stuff is not that easy to sell to begin with. So that, I think that does help now, because like there's not that big of a difference between 1 pound and 2 pound Ground Advantage, especially if you're, you know, shipping in a size like that. Let's pack another model, Mother's Worry. This is a reissue. I think from the 90s. What year was this from? 1996 reissue. And we're just going to go with a 10.86 on this one. Want to resize it? Nah. I'll just put a little bit of paper in here. sold this vintage fishing reel. We're reusing a box here. This is a box that the our last batch of eBay standard envelopes came in, and the boxes were pretty nice. Actually, this would be a great size box for one of those hats with a flat brim. I don't know what size box this is. What is it? Almost a 10-10. They might call it a 9-9. I don't know. 996 or something like that. But then the outside dimensions are bigger than that. But I'm using it for this little fishing reel. Reason, because I have them. I want to use them, and I'm not worried about coming in under some kind of weight, because it's going to ship at 2 pounds regardless. Had like 4 or 5 reels that came as part of eBay store buyout we did locally. Viewers sold us all of their inventory for $2,000. And at the time we bought it, we really needed inventory. So that worked out. We've done pretty well on that buy. So it wasn't away. Yep, well under 2 pounds. Okay, this lingerie washboard. This is another item from that $2,000 store buy I was just talking about. And this is 16, 12, 10 box. Definitely gonna have to do a little resize here. This is how I kind of figure it out. Like something like this, I'm like, okay, it's not that wide, but it's longer than the boxes I have. So I'll stand it up like this and then roll it over and see if it fits. And it's close. It's gonna be pretty tight. I think 19 inches. Yeah, it's gonna be tight. It'll be good though. It won't be a tall package, so I think we'll be fine with that. So we're going 19. Okay. Not extremely fragile either. Oh, that forgot to tell y'all that Mother's Worry model we packed a second ago. That was one of those edge cases where you buy your shipping on eBay, you buy your postage on eBay for that package, you're going to overpay. And there's nothing you can really do about it unless you go to a third party for your packing, your postage, I mean, because that model weighed between 15 and 16 ounces, and there's no way to put like 15.5 or 15.7 or 15.9 ounces into eBay. So the only thing you could do is put in 16 ounces, at which point you end up paying the 15 ounce rate was on eBay was $6.09, and the 16 ounce rate on eBay was $6.79. So it would have been 70 more cents on eBay, but then I went to Pirate Ship and I was able to put in a floating point number for the ounces. I put in 15.7 and I paid $6.09. So I saved 70 cents by getting the postage on Pirate Ship. Took me an extra, I don't know, 20 seconds to open Pirate Ship, hit import, and then print the label. Not a huge deal, but if you have Pirate Ship, it's definitely worth doing, I think, for those edge cases. I feel like eBay is probably going to fix that at some point. They're just, that's pretty good. They're just so big and slow to, this is a big company, you know, they're just big and slow to react to things. I think that rate, I think they got caught off guard by that. They must have changed something, because technically that rate has always been under 16 ounces, not inclusive of 16 ounces, and eBay just kind of made it, eBay just kind of would charge the 15 ounce rate, and then now all of a sudden they're not. Post office must have made them do that. And eBay's stuck with a system that only allows whole numbers in that field, so I think they kind of got caught off guard there. Oh, you know what? I'm going to go ahead and cut these flaps. And I'll tape these little pieces together. And then I'm going to throw these back into the bottom of the box for a little more strength. Little paper in there, not much. I mean, this is an example of an item, like we had it because we bought the whole store out whenever we did the store buy, so we already had this item. This is an example of an item that we felt like it was worth listing because we already had it. So like if I saw this item at a garage sale, for instance, and I comped it and they wanted like $1 for it, I probably wouldn't have bought it, just because of the size and the pack. This box is super strong since it's this short, just because the packing would be kind of a pain to make that amount of money. But it was just right there on that borderline where we're like, okay, we already own it, so we're gonna list it, we're gonna donate it. Which one? We could have brought it to auction too. Go. All right, packing American Girl doll. This must have been one of the boxes on the very end. Look at that. Still gonna use it. This one got damaged. This one definitely looks rough. Going with a 16-12-10, which I can see. My other option was to go, we're just going to do like that. Other option was to get a 12-12-12 and make it longer and shorter, but this way I only have to make it shorter. These things aren't, this isn't super, oh look, that works out. I'm resizing just above. Well, those two gashes are going to be just above where I resized. So this is a good pack to use this on. Probably just leave it just like that. She's already wrapped up. I'm just going to paper it. Crazy to me that I went from not stocking this box to now. I think this is the third or fourth time I've used this box today. Still kind of poking out, don't matter. Stocking this box is saving me from having to do a lot more resizing than I'm doing. Doing a height resize like I just did on this box, that's way simpler than when you change like the, I don't know, the two, I think of the height is like a 3D dimension, and then the 2D dimension would be like around here. Changing that dimension always takes a lot more work. All right, packing a typewriter, and this is not a standard typewriter pack. One mistake I made the last time I showed packing a typewriter is I got lucky because nothing happened, but you really do need to secure this to stop like those things from clacking up. And one of y'all said that y'all shipped a typewriter one time and all that stuff got jammed up and twisted because this, you know, I'm just gonna go with that. Not really that much else to do. This is not heavy at all. I'm really just not even worried about it. I'm not worried about the carriage or anything, honestly. This case is tight. This thing is not heavy. That plays a role. What I'm going to do, I'm going to wrap it in some bubble wrap. And then I'm going to do another wrap with cardboard, and then I'm going to pack it in the outer box, which will be a 16-16-16 that I will then resize. That's our plan. I brought that down a little harder than I meant to. I think it weighs, when I say it's not heavy, I mean it's still kind of dense. I think it weighs 9.5 pounds. I don't like that. It's closed. Let me take this. I should have shook it before I started bubbling. But yeah, this thing is not tight. Let's see. It's not the inner stuff. It's just that, see, this locks here and there's play in that lock. Right, let me. Tighten this up. Fold it down like that. And put it on its side. One turn, and then I'm going to hold that down while I turn. Actually, I don't even know if that's going to matter. But what I will do also is I'm going to pack the paper a little tighter than I might ordinarily. I don't think what I did just now does anything. The inner packing of that is not moving around at all. I don't hear anything moving. So. All right, back to what we were doing. I think I might have to change this GoPro battery out here in a second, so might have to put a cut in. Yeah, we're just going to go with this. Whenever I do my cardboard wrap, let me go and change the battery. I'll get some cardboard. Be right back. Okay, we're back. Put that here, and then we're going to break this box down real quick. This is this is the outer packing. Remember I was talking about the eBay standard envelopes we bought? This is the outer box they were in. That other smaller box we used a minute ago was inside of here with another one just like it. Okay. I think I'm just going to cut here. And here we're just doing a wrap both directions. This will be good. Oh, it's gonna go around as far as I thought. That'll be okay though. We can do that. Don't really need those other flaps anyways, so let me do this. Our outer box is so much bigger. Or it's not bigger, way bigger than necessary, but it's the biggest dimension on this typewriter is going to be like 13 inches. And our outer box is 16. So my plan now is to just do this. Go this direction. I want to make sure I get this nice and tight there. Nice and tight here. right, now we're gonna get our 16-16, or 16 cube. I'll start saying that instead of 16-16-16. Get this guy built up. Y'all may not pick y'all up. Y'all may not be able to see too well for just a minute. This typewriter is right on the borderline of, and I like picking them up. I think they're really cool, but it's right on the borderline of not being worth it to a lot of people. Pretty good bit of work. I mean, the profit margin is there. We've turned 5 into 50 before fees, and then it's just a question of, do you think it's worth it to pack something like this for that amount of profit after fees? And some people, it will be yes, and some people will say no. For me, it's a yes, but just barely. Like if we had more, I mean, it really depends on opportunity cost, right? Like if you have access to a ton of easier stuff you could have bought instead, then this would probably be a no. If your sourcing's a little sparse lately, it might be a yes. I'm gonna make this pretty tight. Right here. Cram some paper to fill it up to there. Paper, we already put the thank you card in there. Let me see if these flaps are going to make it across or not. They do. Do something. So I am going to cut 2 off. So on top, if I just leave them like that on top, we're going to have like this. We have all this coverage with cardboard. On the bottom, we just have that one standard single layer. Maybe I could have thought about this before I papered it, but I didn't. All right. Paper back in here and we're going to continue. One piece fell here. All right. Spent a little more time on this one than I anticipated I would. Happy with the pack though. And I already looked. I'm fortunate in that as long as my dimensions didn't change radically, Ground Advantage is going to be a little cheaper than UPS Ground, which the best part of that, even if it was a little more expensive, I would probably still go Ground Advantage, because USPS is picking up here every day for free. And if we go UPS, we got to drive over to UPS store. That's like 25-minute round trip. Okay, we packing another Corvette. And I already put paper. I forgot I don't know what I was thinking. I started packing without hitting go on the camera. I already put some paper inside of the box to minimize the amount of shaking of the parts in there. Which may or may not be necessary. I mean, whenever you ship a new sealed model, you can't do that. They always seem to make it, so I don't know. Perfect fit for a 16, 12, 10 resize. That's what we're doing. Ooh, it's tight. I kind of like it though. I'm gonna pack it just like this. I'm gonna pack it nice and tight in there. Let's see if I can avoid. No, I can't. Whenever bubble wrap gets caught up in that little wheel, it just makes a mess. I'll just take it out. Also going to check my flaps, see if I want them to go all the way across or not. I don't. Since I'm going to pack it tight, I'm going to, it's a little more important that I put the strengthener at the bottom. Yeah. Another one of those dings. Don't like that, Doro. First time I ordered from them, I mean, I'm very used to that kind of thing. But the first time I ordered from them, they sent everything in boxes, like in big boxes. And this order, they did not. Now, these are big boxes, so they might never do that with these. I just don't love having those little dings. I mean, that's not what that's item not as described if I send something out with a ding in it. All right, that's done. Okay, we're packing this little vintage, or I don't know, that might even be antique, compact. Very cool little piece, valuable. Waiting for just the right person to look at it. Somebody did. And a piece like that, I'll break out one of these fancy 754s for. It could just as easily have gone in a 644. These 754s present a little better. No doubt about that. They are, I think they're a little too expensive for us to stock on an ongoing basis and use for everything. I don't mind keeping a few around though. Whenever we want to present a little better than normal. Has nothing at all to do with the safety of the package, because this will be equally as safe in this or a 644. And now I'm just packing up these sticker orders. This is how I do it. I have the labels. Drop that bag. Pick it up in a second. I have the labels all printed on these envelopes, and I just have to match the corresponding thank you card with said label whenever I slide it into the bag. So I'm gonna get these done. Thank you to everyone that bought stickers. All right, we sold a Monster High, our last Monster High. I think this is the only Monster High we had listed. And I'm using that other eBay standard envelope box. Why? Because because we're out of 10.86s. Yet again, I let our box inventory deplete. It's not good. Usually the only one that I really sweat running out of is the 12-12-12s, because usually we can make something work if we run out of anything else. The 12-12-12 is the exception to that. And of course, we don't want to run out of paper or bubble wrap, but we can usually figure out an alternate from just about anything else other than those things. But yeah, this is a little exciting, a little sad though. We started with, I think, 330. Oh, look, man, I think I'm gonna resize this down. I'm probably a little bit over. I think we listed this 12 ounces, and I might even be over that by a little bit. Resizing will give me a, yeah, I am over. Resizing will give an opportunity to cut that weight down. All right. We were at 0.84, I believe. So let's see how much weight we can cut. Oops. And a little more. Let's see what these are like. Oh yeah, I've got to trim all of this. And I'm going to go ahead and trim this little bit off. This box is kind of, it's a little heavier duties than the ones I typically use. I think we should be good. Probably like .73 here. confident enough to go ahead and tape it. And then verify. All right, look at that. Just under. One more pack. Okay, last pack. This is an Etsy sale, gumbo bowls, and we do have some. We do have the like the fluted. I think that's what you call it. Tearing the wrong spot. We do have some fluted little cardboard inserts that I think originally came with them from the company. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to bubble wrap each one. We're going to put a piece of that cardboard in between each one. And yeah, this is a really good deal we found at a garage sale a couple months ago, I think. Bought these all for, I think it was $20 or $15. Neither one of us can remember. Okay. And these are shipping to Baton Rouge. So probably pretty close to where we bought them from. Actually, I looked. It's probably about 2 or 3 miles from where we bought them from. Okay. The bottom one we'll put in one of those too. Okay, not so they can't touch each other anywhere. Then put a little paper right here. We're going to do some more bubble around the whole thing. Could do shrink. I don't think it. I think I want to do the bubbles though, because I want a little extra padding anyways. It will give a little bit of a press. Make sure it's a little tight. And then we're going to, ultimately we're going to pack this in a 12-12-12 box. First we're going to do a little extra, which y'all might have guessed. Oh, y'all didn't guess. I told y'all that earlier. We're doing the pseudo box and box. I have some cut off from another pack. See, these bowls are, I want to say 8 inches. Is that what they are? No, they're a little more than 8 inches. They're probably about 9.5. All right. The thing is, I don't want this full. I don't want the full width of this, because I still want room to stuff the. Oh wait, that is not full width actually. That panel right there. It's probably what I'm looking for. Yeah, that is what I'm looking for. So I'll just mark another one. I'll kind of figure out where I'm going to cut, like right here. Right about here. Let's cut another panel, and we'll use that other stuff for a future pack. Okay. If this is even enough material, I don't think it is actually. I think. Yeah, I think I want to go ahead and that. That fit a little better. And I think I'm going to use one more panel to come around the sides somewhat. My other tape popped. A lot of pressure on this. That one popped. Whole bunch of pressure on that spot. Fix that. There we go. All right, how's that looking? Yeah, that looks pretty good. And come back with a little more right here. Yeah, go ahead and tape this up now. Come over here. Do a tight hold. Okay. All right. By the time we get to this point, I would never send something like that, but it might make it. Probably not. It's kind of a wonky looking thing. All right, let's get this thing going. And I get to go your watch. That's how Mondays usually are. Can't really stop for lunch. Okay. All right. So the packages are ready. Not real happy with the way this little thing turned out. Oh well. Oh well. Definitely going to resize it a little bit, not much. I still want paper. And cut up those corners. I'll hide that corner I tore inside. is almost it. I will see you guys tomorrow. Okay, we're packing some rollers, some hot rollers. They're pretty small. We're gonna go with an 864 for this. There are a lot of rollers that sell really well, and then there are some that don't sell quite as well. I want to say we paid like $2 for these or something. I honestly, I don't remember, but they did sell. That's good. The other day we pulled some that sold for $55. It's just a fact that a lot of times we're picking up something like this that's really low cost. We don't even comp it. Okay, we sold this little cookbook here. Very small. Very thin anyway. Just going to use a Gemini mailer here. Got a fantastic deal on those whenever I bought them, the Gemini mailers. Okay, we have there's some Build-A-Bear, got a Grogu, and we've got some more Build-A-Bear stuff in this bag. And well, this guy already comes in a bag. Little backpacky looking bag here. I'm gonna leave him in here. We will need something for Grogu. One of these. And we just got to pack everything in there, so it'll be pretty simple. Okay. 12, 12, 12. We are, oh, I shared a deal, which I probably should do more often. Zorro. I hate to feel like I'm spamming people, but in this case, I mean, I think Zorro is such a good place to order boxes. I feel good about it, but it's not in my nature to spam things like that, because we do get a commission on the stuff. But anyway, what I was going to say was I was buying boxes yesterday, and this deal may or may not still be out there. It's probably not by the time this video goes up, but I did find there was a sale on probably my favorite box, because I was out of the 1086s. There was a big sale on them though. On Zorro, the 1086s were half price. I couldn't believe it. I was like, why would they put such a great size box on half off sale? So it was like 40, I think it was, originally they're 92 cents a piece, and they were half price to be 46 cents a piece. And then I used a 20% coupon that Zorro emailed us, because they email us coupons all the time. And that brought the to-the-door price down to 37. Look, and because of the way these flaps fold down like this, I don't have to worry, and like this, because I resized, I don't have to worry about them cutting and damaging anything. But yeah, the to-the-door price for the 1086s, 37 cents a piece. So I was just going to get 50, and I should have ordered more. I'd like to order like 1,000 of them, but I don't want to store that many. So we ordered 200 of those, and I shared that deal out, the half price thing out, in the Facebook group and on the community tab on Shed Flips YouTube channel. That's a deal. I also saw a few other boxes that were really cheap. This one's done. All right, we're shipping some high heels. They're already wrapped up there, so I'm gonna leave them in that box, in that poly bag. What was I saying about the boxes? Oh boy, I don't remember. I do that all the time on these videos. I start talking about something, packs over, and then I forget. I'm going to go back and listen. Okay, I reviewed the footage I just took. So yeah, also saw some other deals. Like, and sometimes it's on weird sized boxes. Like, saw some 12.9.3. And that's fitting because this is a 12.10.4. So it's a little shorter and it's an inch narrower, but it's the same length. Would probably be a pretty good box for a lot of things that we use the 12.10.4 for. But those boxes are normally like 80 cents. They were half price. They were 40 cents, and that's before a coupon. If you have a 20% off coupon, now you're looking at what, 32 cents a box? That's incredible. Like, usually the only time you can get a box for 32 cents is maybe if it's a 644, something small like that. So Zorro, like, their normal prices, especially when you use the coupon, are good, very good, actually better than pretty much anywhere else, and they're to the door. But some of those prices are just like ridiculously good, and I noticed like there's a lot of boxes that are a pretty good percentage off. Okay, some VP Racing stickers. Last set of those we had, and I went ahead and took an offer on them. I think we sold most of those at like $12.99 or so a pack. We had quantity on this listing. All right, this is a Mercari order. We have one more eBay order, but it's a little more involved, and I'm not sure the pack is going to be a little more involved, and I'm not sure if it's going UPS or Ground Advantage yet. So I decided to go ahead and skip ahead to this Mercari order for some Star Wars die-cast from the Hot Wheels buy. Oh, this paper, I did order another roll of paper like this, and also ordered something kind of interesting. I've been wanting to try a little thicker paper for those times when I want to void fill around a heavy item, like say a typewriter, something like that. This paper is not fantastic for that because of the weight of it. For most things we pack like this kind of thing, it's perfect. But This is 30-pound weight paper, and I don't even know what that means exactly. I just know the higher the pound weight, the thicker the paper is going to be. So they have some stuff called bogus paper that we ordered a roll of. It is some kind of recycled thing. I think that's why it's called bogus paper. 50-pound weight, so not quite twice as thick as this stuff. So I'm curious to see how that works, or how I like it, because this, we get 1,200 feet for, I'll put the price we paid for this roll last time, including the coupon, and then I'll show y'all the bogus paper and what we paid for it. But you get like 720 feet of the 50-pound weight instead of 1,200 feet of this stuff. So it's a little more expensive by linear foot, but you would expect that because the paper is more substantial. I imagine whenever I put the two rolls side by side, they're probably going to be about the same size. Okay, we're packing this Line 6 Pod X3, some kind of like mixer, guitar pedal. It kind of bundles several functions into one, I think. This book, I don't know if this book came with this thing or not, but man, okay, I could put it right here. That'll fit fine like that. I was trying to figure out how to get it in there. It'll sit right there just fine. And I'm gonna put some paper in here to keep everything stable. Put the book here. Close it up. We got this that I just listed yesterday afternoon. And then we also got, when we bought this, we also got a Shure mic that I'm going to list today for about $35. And we got both of those at the garage sale. It didn't go quite as far as I thought it would. We got both at the garage sale for $15. So that was a good little buy there. This piece will go. This is more for looks than anything else because, I mean, you saw the box, it's a little beat. Okay. And we're going to use pick y'all up. We're going to use a 16 cube box. 17 is the dimension I have to put whenever I ship it, because the 16 cube is the inside dimensions. But yeah, whenever I listed this, just like you should do whenever you can, when you list something, kind of bigger like that, I like to have a really good idea of exactly what box I'm going to use whenever I list it, if I can. I don't always know exactly that, but this time I did, because it's a fairly simple pack. Okay. And I did check. They paid for, do this a lot, they paid for UPS. And I could definitely ship it UPS. I don't want to though. And I do this a lot actually. Whenever we have something like this, I'll put it on UPS ground. Just because I feel like that gives the most people a reasonable shipping price. but then whenever it actually sells, I may ship it a different method. So this, they paid about $18, and that's what UPS ground cost. But then I look at it, and USPS Ground Advantage is only 16 something, $1 something less than what they actually paid for the shipping. Of course, that's before they take fees out and all that stuff. But it's totally fine to change the shipping method as long as you're not changing to a different class of service. UPS Ground and USPS Ground Advantage are both considered standard shipping services. Whereas, I'm just talking about the ones I'm familiar with, Priority Mail is considered expedited, even though a lot of times it takes the same amount of time to get to its destination as a Ground Advantage. Priority is considered expedited, and you can't, like, if they would have paid priority shipping for this, by rule, not supposed to ship it via standard service. But if they pay for a standard shipping service, you can use a different standard shipping service if you want to, which is what we're doing here. Another thing you can do, you can go same shipping service level, or you can do an upgrade if you want. Like if it turned out that I wanted to ship this priority for some reason, I could. You can't downgrade, or you're not supposed to. That ain't gonna work. Cut a little bit off there. And we'll do the same over here. Okay. Of course, the benefit to us, like even if this would have been a little more expensive Ground Advantage, if it would have been, like, I don't know, because like when we have to bring something to UPS store, unless we can work it into another trip that we're already making, which we often do, we're talking like it's pretty close. UPS store where we drop these off, but even then, like if we don't have to wait long or anything in the lobby for, you know, for our turn, you're still talking about a minimum, I would say 30 minutes round trip. That's worth a lot, you know. Like even if this, if this would have to be at least $10 more via UPS ground before I would even consider not using Ground Advantage. So that's done. And final pack of the day, I don't go through this. This is, y'all get it. Like I put them together, thank you card, bag them, put them in the envelopes. These envelopes already have the postage printed and stuck to them. I just have to match up the names on the addresses to the names on the thank you cards and then send them out. So that's going to be it for this one. Thanks a bunch for watching, and I will see y'all again very soon. Bye, y'all.